pretty pissed she got her paper late. I don't know what to do. I've got so many to deliver. I can help you with your route if you want. But your bike. It's got a flat.
Gilbert's got a bike.
Right. He's going out of town this weekend. I should ask him if we could borrow it.
Well, I don't like borrowing other people's things. I don't want something to happen to it.
Just take the bike, you dork. He won't even notice.
Nah, I should ask him.
Just take it.
That's not right.
Don't be such a spaz.
Don't call me that.
Spaz?
I said don't call me that.
I said don't call me that.
Stop!
Stop!
Guys, chill.
I should get home before it gets dark.
Yeah, I should go too.
We never should have borrowed that bike, but we did. The next day, I helped Ann with her paper route. And when we got home later that night, Gary came over, and things got really out of hand. That's the only way to say it, really. One thing led to another, and then my dad got involved.
Mr. Hamilton?
Yes. Yes, I am. What's going on? Is it Roger?
Roger and Ann are at my house. This boy named Gary Berman. I already stopped by Gary's house. His dad's on the way. The whole thing's about my bike. I don't know what happened to it, but it's missing. You should come over right away.
Well, Roger's okay, right?
Yeah, Roger's all right.
All right. Where do you live?
Just down the street.
What's this all about?
Well, I don't know all of it, or I don't understand all of it, but Roger and Ann needed a bike for their paper route. They used mine when my family was on vacation, and I guess they wrecked it on purpose. But I don't know, that's just what they're saying. All I know is my bike's missing, and Ann and Roger had it last.
I know Ann. Who's this other kid?
Gary Berman. He lives on the street. I heard he was trouble.
Trouble. How?
Just a rough kid.
All right. Lead the way. Let's go.
Mr. Hamilton, I'll tell you what happened. My family was on vacation last week,
We wanted to borrow his bike so the Roger could help with my paper.
and I guess Roger's bike had flat tires. Well, it turns out...
Gary was choking me, Dad.
Choking you? What?
He was choking me. I got the mark.
Okay, he started it. He called me a jerk.
Did not.
Liar.
Look, my bike cost about $200. You guys can pay me for it.
Butt out of it, Gilbert. Ann and Roger used Gilbert's bike to do their paper route, and then they took turns rolling it.
You rolled it first.
Shut up. Roger took it to the school and threw it against a goalpost.
Is that true, Roger?
Well, part of it's true, Dad. I did throw it against the goalpost, but we did roll it once. Ann did it, then Gary, and then I did it.
Once is too much, Roger. Once is one time too many. I'm surprised and disappointed in you. You too, Ann.
But you see, my bike's still missing.
People lose bikes all the time in this town, Gilbert.
But it's not missing, it's been stolen.
We don't know where the bike is. The last time we saw it was when me and Roger took it to my house after we headed to school. I mean, that was the next to last time. The very last time was when I took it back here the next morning and parked it behind the house. We don't know where the bike is.
$200. You can pay me like $10 a week.
Hey, Evan Hammond.
All right, what's going on here?
It's not our fault.
It was Gary's idea.
Yeah, quiet down. I'm talking to Gary. You two will get your turn.
Dad, can we talk in private?
Yeah, let's go.
Roger, is there anything that you're not telling me? Do you know where Gilbert's bike is?
No, I don't. I swear it.
When was the last time you saw the bike?
When we brought it home from school and left it at Anne's house.
Anne,
I
do you know
swear.
where Gilbert's bike is?
I don't either. I brought the bike.
The $200 bike.
I brought the $200 bike back the next morning and parked it behind the house.
It was Roger's idea to roll it.
It was yours. You wanted to. Then you wanted to take it to the orchard and strip
You
it.
shut up.
Oh, hey.
Speak when you're spoken to, young man, and not before. I'll handle this. Dragged out at night because of a couple little brats. If either of you knows where his bike is, I would suggest you start talking.
Oh, Mr. Hamilton, you were way out of line, Mr. Berman.
Well, I think you should mind your own damn business.
All right, Roger, let's go. Come on, I mean it, let's go. And you should probably come with us.
He called me a jerk, Dad.
Oh, he did he? Yeah, well, he's the jerk. Hey, he looks like a jerk.
You're way out of line, mister. Why don't you get control of your behavior?
Well, I thought I told you to stay the hell out of it, huh?
I better get home. My dad will be looking for me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see something like that.
What if he picked up a knife, Dad? Or a gun?
I haven't done anything like that.
But what if he had?
Well, I guess there's no way to tell what somebody's gonna do when they're angry. Let's go home. Come on.
Let me feel your muscle.
Oh, come on. It is late, and you are still up. I will say good night.
Good night.
Son, don't ever let me catch you stealing anybody's bike or breaking anybody's property again, okay? And don't let me catch you hanging out with that Gary kid.
Dad, was grandfather strong like you? When he was your age. I mean, and you were...
And I was like 12? Yeah, I guess he was.
Sometimes I can hardly remember him. I don't want to forget him or anything, you know? You know what I mean, Dad?
Yeah, I think so.
You'll think I'm pretty crazy, but I wish I'd known you when you were little. I mean, as old as I am right now. I don't know how to say it, but I'm lonesome about it. It's like I already miss you if I think about it now. That's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Hello again. Welcome to the Butcher Shop 2015, the year of the goat. Over there. We have a sculpture garden I hope you can go to in the back, along with the food court. And we have some community booths over there. Butte Environmental Council, Stonewall Alliance. Please visit those booths. So this is a slow theater production. Slow theater is about doing work that's local, regional, and doing work slowly and thoughtfully. And what you're going to see tonight is a product of that. Grana has a 20-mile plate where everything is eaten within 20 miles of where it's grown. And this is a production, right, that you're going to see tonight that's basically the 5-mile plate. Everything in here has been written by somebody who was right here. So I hope you enjoy it. So we still have a lot of extra seats over here. So if you want to join us over there, you're welcome to get closer to the stage. We have an intermission in which we'll be having a tableau, which is going to be happening right over there. So I hope you have a chance to check that out. And then, anything else? Okay. Enjoy the show.
Take me, cha-cha, outside. Sit in a green garden, cha-cha. Nobody out there. Nobody's out there. But it's okay. It's okay. Bathe in the sunlight. Walk. Don't mind if the rain falls. Take me outside. Sit in a green garden. High as a treetop. And down again.
I wanna fly on the wings of a butterfly.
High as a treetop. And down again. Putting my bag down. Taking my shoes off. Walk on the carpet of green velvet. In my garden like we used to. Ooh, take me outside, sit in a green garden. Nobody out there, but it's okay now. Bathe in the sunlight, don't mind the rain falls. Take me outside, sit in a green garden. Put my back down, taking my shoes off, walking the carpet, green velvet. I'll go wherever you go, wherever you take me. I'll go. Yes, I will. I'll go wherever you go, wherever you take me. I'll go. Take me outside, sit in the green garden. Nobody out there, but it's okay now. Bathe in the sunlight, don't mind if the rain falls. Take me outside, I'll go wherever you go, wherever you take me.
I wanna go there!
I'll go wherever you go, wherever you take me.
I wanna go!
I'll go wherever you go,
On the wings of a butterfly! That's what I want!
I'll go.
Where are you
I'll
going?
go wherever
you gonna
you
go?
go, wherever you
I wanna go out into the green garden and take my shoes off!
I'll go wherever you go.
Right up in you!
Wherever you go, wherever
Hey! Hey! Oh, doggy! Today is the day!
Mom, you're squashing my petting zoo!
Oh, geez, I'm sorry, babe. But you know what today is?
Of course I do. You've been waiting 6 months.
It's been a lot of work. Raising them right, keeping them fed, safe. I think we done good, honey.
Sarah, I've been thinking, maybe we should wait a little while longer, and maybe we should keep them for 1 more year.
What? What's 1 more year?
Are you hearing me, Bunny? Maybe we should wait 1 more year until we sell the goats.
Again? Are we really going to have this fight again today of all days?
It's our last chance to decide.
Is this about Jack and Jess?
You know their names are Jan and Jen.
I told you not to name them.
I know. It's just, they're such willing models. I mean, I wouldn't even have spent so much time with them if I hadn't been working on my Noah's Ark. You know, you might not be able to identify any of the other pairs. Those goats are spot on, baby.
I told you not to let them in. They attack if you start giving them too much.
But you said this would be our trial run to see if we could handle a baby.
Did you give my Cheetos, baby?
They look at me with these loving eyes. Oh, I mean, it's hard to tell with their pupils being all sideways, but the love they have for each other, for me, it's practically biblical, Cher. I want to give them everything.
Those Cheetos give them the shits, babe. Give radioactive shits, too. When's the last time I gotta tell you? Meat goats, they forage, they eat brains and protein.
Oh, like us.
No. Meat goats are not like us! When's the last time I got you to forage for anything? Hell, I can't even get you to drink tap water.
Jan and Jen are different. They're smart.
What's that?
What?
That?
What?
That sound, what is that?
I don't even hear anything.
That? What is that? Mr. Giggles! Hey, how many times do I gotta tell you? Mr. Giggles is for private time, for private places. I can't have a goat chewing on my junk.
Oh, gosh. He only has a few bite marks in him. I mean, he's still functional.
Functional? Functional? Do you really want something inside of you that's been used for a goat's chew toy?
Something broken? I heard somebody say functional.
Jan and Jen were just playing in the bedroom.
We're fine, Anders. Everything is fine.
That's quite a scene out there. Good thing you're sending them off to finish at the lots. It's gonna be a damn orgy next couple weeks.
Actually, we're not really sure that we're ready.
You got a tender-hearted one here, Sheriff.
Yeah, I guess I let things get a little out of hand.
See, Holly, when you raise meat goats, it's a time-sensitive matter. Hang on them too long and you get jerky. Then bass want them fresh. That new food truck.
Oh, that Tex-Mex wagon? Oh, that place looks so good. They got Get My Goat tacos and Oh My Goat chili.
Sheriff, you told me to be a stay-at-home mom for these kids.
Oh, a goat is not a baby. Now, we agreed we'd give our new life 6 months. You would take the season off canning to focus on your little miniatures, and we'd take on these goats to see what it was like to raise something.
No, I took my job seriously. I read to them when they eat in the morning, you know. We take naps together.
Where's that diorama you made me for our anniversary?
It's by the antelope.
That's a buck, honey. That's okay. All right. Now, there's you sitting by the window in your favorite chair.
That is a squirrel.
Okay. Is that you?
Uh-huh.
All right. And there's me. I'm not really sure what's on my head, but...
That's your Russian fur cap.
Oh, Shanka? You know me so well. But you know what isn't in this here diorama?
Goats.
Goats. That's right. Aren't you tired of them making such a ruckus out there?
Well, I mean, they can get loud, and the other day, Jen did eat my miniature Last Supper.
They don't respect your art, babe. I won't stand for that. Now, who's my little sugar bear? Me.
No, who's my little sugar bear?
Hey, what are y'all doing with your herds? You get them load up, we can wait till the lot by dark.
No, Sugar, I can't. You told me to treat them like my babies.
They're not babies, they're mate goats.
Do you know how long it takes me to make one of my miniatures? Yesterday I took this tiny orange bead and I painted a black cap around it and then made a single rectangular brushstroke of white along the edge, and it took me all day to figure out. But suddenly it looked like that jar of orange marmalade my grandmother used to set out for us with tea and biscuits, only 1,000 times smaller. Oh, I miss my grandmother so much. And yesterday I got to feel her again through some tiny things that most people would just suck up into their vacuum. Don't you get it? Share. I love these goats. I love them. Even if it is just my own affection being returned back to me.
Oh, Holly, I love that you can find meaning in these tiny little things, but you can't eat that marmalade. You can't eat those dioramas. But these goats, now that is their whole purpose. I've let you entertain this fantasy long enough. Anders, help me load up these goats. We gotta get them moving.
All right, come on, hurry, go and get it. Hey, run out. Come on now.
Chico. Look, I knew it would come to this, and Stan will be here any moment.
Punk cover band Stan from the Six Pistons.
Well, he's been certified as a notary, and he's going to help me notarize these adoption papers.
Adoption papers?
You can't adopt a goat.
Like hell I can't. Have you never heard of animal personhood?
No.
Well, it started with these chimps in New York that were relocated to sanctuary based on their smarts, and I've been working with a lawyer online to help me extend the legal precedence to Jan and Jen.
Jesus, Holly, these goats out here are wild. I've been in some dank mosh pits in my day, and we got nothing on those beasts.
Holly, you've been drinking too many of your wine coolers today. We can't adopt these freaking animals. I don't give a shit about no smart chimp or nothing.
You know what it smells like? It's like a tour bus out there. It's these serious fucking pheromones.
Goat apocalypse people. They're hungry, horny. There's 4 times more of them than us. Sheriff, we gotta get these goats out of here now.
These goats stay. Sheriff, if you can't see the life that I want with you here with Jan and the children we hope to have someday, then I don't know if we can stay together. Bye.
Hey, anybody ever hear of the Judas goats?
Is that another butt rock cover band?
No, man, I'm talking about the Galapagos Islands when the whalers used to drop goats off so they have a food supply as they sail back and forth. Well, the goats really dug it there and began to multiply up into like 6 figures.
See, Holly, that's population explosion.
But then scientists realized that the goats were decimating the environment, eating the food that would have fed the tortoises. So they got $10 million to kill off the goats.
No, Stan, what is your point? I want to protect my goats and not eradicate them.
Listen, though. They flew around in helicopters and shot as many as they could. But the goats got smart. They learned to hide when they heard the helicopters.
Aha! I think I got a potato gun in my truck!
So the scientists developed this idea of having a Judas goat. So they sterilized a female, right? They doused her, pumped her full of hormones, put a tracker on her so they could find her and her new pals, and then would kill every goat except the Judas. Extermination! People over animals!
What's your point, Stan?
See, the whalers brought the goats to the islands so they'd have some drive-through on their way back to New England. The islanders ate the goats once they propagated, and the scientists decided to kill the goats indiscriminately, using enough government funding and artillery to start World War III. Obviously, it was never about the goats.
I beg to differ, Stan. See front center stage.
Anders, it's about the humans, for Christ's sakes. We cultivate something where it doesn't belong and then murder it for evolving to fit our needs.
You told me you would help me adopt these goats. You agreed they should be protected.
You're right. But what I meant is that I mean to protect them from you.
They're not taco meat, and they're not a sack of money on cloven hooves. Now I'm bringing them somewhere
where they can be exactly what they are. Just animals. Anders, give me your keys.
No way, dude. Cher said she gave me a case of nooner for this.
I'll give you 2.
Wait, no, these are my goats. I raised them, I fed them. I'm not gonna let you walk out here with my profit margin.
I'm not leaving without them.
Stan, calm down. I have taken impeccable care of these goats. I mean, look at them. Why do these animals look exploited to you?
Damn it, Holly, it's not only about overt mistreatment. I mean, dressing them up to look like little dolls is just another kind of corruption.
Corruption? I have treated these animals better than I was raised. My parents used to make me dig through the garbage just to find things we could sell. I mean, how do you think I even got into miniatures? I mean, you look through the garbage.
But these goats aren't garbage, Holly. They're not meat goats, and they're not your kids. They are just animals who deserve an animal life.
But you are scaring them. Jen and Jen don't deserve this.
I'm sorry, Holly, but I don't think you know a thing about what they deserve. Come on.
She's sure we'll do something. He's trying to take our kids.
My goats! My property! You're a thief!
Goats own themselves! You're a murderer!
Murderer! No! Y'all are trying to be some kind of goat Jesuses. Sacrifice for the goat's mortal souls.
The goats! They're organizing!
What do you mean, organizing?
There's 4 of them out of the breaker box! They're chewing on the wires! They're coming up the driveway towards the door! We're trapped!
young and not yet cynical. Gone are the hurly-burly, gone to Panama. The owls hoot and hunt. The night is warm. The moose have already snapped on the water's edge. We see 2 moons,
one full
and one a sliver, both at once. This is our secret.
has moved on. The night is warmer than before. Gone are the hurly-burly, gone to Panama. We are not so young anymore, and surely now are cynical. Yet we still see two moons, one full,
and one a sliver,
both at once. The owls hoot and hunt, the moose sleep in the forest. We should share our secret.
Dr. Jekyll, that Mr. Bed bugging out my hide again. If he come and rapping at my door, I'm not gonna answer it. afraid. I've been grieving, old-fashioned at the seam. My seam is frayed, yeah, yeah. Oh. Silko wants a rush. Rust has a rusted right. Slipping your flux right past your fortress. Born to
unclothed. Oh, so that can be a bit awkward. I mean, you have to be facing each other, really close together. Finding partners can be kind of hard.
Are you by any chance talking about a little...
Office hours have begun. Enter, my children. So, what can I do for you today?
Well, it's Wednesday. I'm here for our private tutorial.
Of course. Wednesday. And you?
Oh, I just wanted a little clarity about what we were talking about in class earlier today. The thing about how we're not really human, how we're all animals. The thing with the goat, the image of the goat.
Yes, the goat image. That we are made in the goat's image. That we are all, in fact, goats. Precisely. Do you have some sort of quote-unquote issue with that?
Well, I just kind of think it's bullshit. I mean, don't you? I'm not a goat.
Mr. Hood, are you a dog?
What? No, I'm not a dog.
And is a goat a dog?
No.
Precisely. So if you may be defined as that which is not a dog, and a goat may be similarly defined, then since you are not a dog, it follows that you are what is not a dog. Therefore, since a goat is also not a dog, you are not what a goat is not, therefore you are what a goat is. Hence, you are a goat! Now, if you'll excuse us, your colleague and I have some business to attend to.
Bye, Dave.
No, wait, this is just what I'm talking about. Earlier today in class, you were over there.
Over where?
Over there. and Stan and Cynthia and Eileen were all sitting here with us, and you said,
Mr. Hood, if you could sleep with anyone, any person in the world, who would it be?
I mean, how can you ask me that?
I was simply trying to educate.
Educate? Well, that's not education. That's totally inappropriate. That's totally personal.
Indeed, education should be personal, Mr. Hood. It should hit you where you live. It should hit you where it hurts.
In the groin?
In the groin, precisely. And so I will ask again, if you could have sex with anyone...
Why are you asking me this again?
Well, this image, the cave drawing, don't you remember? That massively perplexing, utterly discombobulating...
I'm like, why are you laughing?
He said disco boobs.
Oh my god, he did not.
He said disco
He said discombobulating Jesus.
Professor, what's so perplexing about that? I mean, we've all seen cave paintings before, or at least I have.
No, wait, not this image. That image!
Ceci n'est pas une goat? What does that mean?
Precisely. What does it mean?
No, I mean literally. What does it mean?
Oh, I know. It means this is not a goat.
This is not a goat.
Looks like a fucking goat to me. It kind of looks like a horse. Or maybe an alpaca. Yeah, man, it's an alpaca. See, dude was trying to draw an alpaca, but everybody was saying he was drawing a goat, so he got all pissed off and wrote, "This is not a goat," underneath.
No, look, you're missing the metaphysical point. This painting was committed within a few years of the first. So what it means is that everything we thought about art history, or about history itself, is completely wrong.
Professor, are you suggesting that these quote-unquote primitive cave dwellers somehow managed to proto-Duchampian understanding of the ontological nexus?
Well, duh! But of course there is more to it than that, for we must ask ourselves, why a goat? And I would suggest to my little spring rolls that the choice of an animal subject, indeed of a goat specifically, is not at all accidental. If you'll recall our reading of Animal Farm.
Oh, that movie with John Belushi.
Toga!
No, that's Animal House, you morons.
Professor is referring to Animal Farm, George Orwell's allegorical
Wait,
novel.
then like, why is the professor like wearing a toga?
Yeah.
Well, I dress like this to remind you that my method of instruction is Socratic. Rather than regarding myself as a dispenser of knowledge, I am merely here to draw out of you the wisdom that you contain within.
Damn straight.
What this ancient artist was attempting to get us to see is that we are animals. I am an animal, you are an animal, we are all animals.
You're saying a goat painted that shit?
What I'm saying is...
Wait, no, man, maybe an alpaca painted that. Oh, look at those lips.
Oh my god. Stan is right. It does look like an alpaca. Look at the mouth. Don't those look like alpaca lips?
Apocalypse!
Apocalypse Now?
Oh, I love that movie.
Now?
No, Animal Farm.
You mean Animal House?
Stop it. What I'm saying is that we're all animals. That deep down, underneath this shallow, civilized veneer, we are animals. We are goats.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Professor. I ain't no fucking goat.
High on the hill stood a lonely goat. Use the door to the right, the one to the left leads to the vomitorium.
I ain't no fucking goat. Both the protagonists.
So you insist, and so I again present my challenge, Mr. Hood. If you could sleep with anyone at all, who would it be?
Okay, fine, I'll play your weird little game. Carla. I'd have sex with Carla.
Carla? Who is Carla?
Carla, my wife.
No, you can't have sex with your wife. I said you could sleep with anyone. You can't choose your wife.
I can't choose my wife. I did choose my wife.
You did say he could choose
Anyone. Exactly, but you never want to have a night off from your wife. You never long for variety. It's
saw you going into a room at the Matador with Jessica Jones.
Yes, that's right.
Why were you going into a room at the Matador with Jessica Jones?
Because it was Tuesday.
What do you mean because it was Tuesday?
Well, because it was Tuesday, and Tuesday is the day that Jessica Jones and I meet at the Matador to fuck.
What?
I said because it was Tuesday.
You admit it? You admit that you've been stooping Jessica Jones?
What do you mean admitted? Did you think that I wasn't humping Jessica Jones? Did I ever say anything that implied in some way that I wasn't boinking Jessica Jones?
Yeah.
Well, let me explain. The reason that I was seen going into the Matador with Jessica Jones is that it was Tuesday. And Tuesday is the day that Jessica Jones and I need to have sexual congress at the Matador. If it had been Thursday, I might have been seen going to the Thunderbird with Tanya Town.
You've been letting Tanya Towns choke your chicken?
Well, only on Thursdays. I'm a man of regular habits.
But I don't understand. You mean you've been sleeping around with other people?
You mean you haven't?
No, we're married. This is a marriage. We don't do the goat's jig with other people.
Was that agreed upon? I don't ever recall that being made explicit.
Not made explicit. What about our wedding vows when you promised to take me and forsake all others?
Well, and I have forsaken all others. I haven't married anyone else since then.
But that's not what it means. It's not just not marrying other people. It's not fucking them.
Really? Well, in all fairness, how was I supposed to know that?
Everybody knows that.
Really? I'm at a bit of a loss here. What else do you take it that this agreement includes? Am I not supposed to have lunch with anyone, or talk with him, or get into a crowded elevator?
Goodbye, Herman.
But really, you didn't know I was... I mean, I wear a toga every day, for Christ's sake.
You're nothing but a goddamn goat, Herman. Goodbye.
I am not an animal! I am a human being!
Me and Mrs. Jones.
It's a long story, my noodles, but the upshot is...
Your name is Herman?
Yes. How did you know that? Did you see my flashback?
Well, it was right over there, Herman.
Well, be that as it may, I was simply raising a hypothetical question as a way of making a point. I realize that you're not actually going to let Dave Jr. go play in some other woman's sandbox, but if you were, hypothetically, who would it be?
Okay, so one night with anyone I choose, hypothetically speaking, of course. And, where is Carla during all this?
Carla, that name again. You seem rather obsessed with this Carla, if I may say so.
That's because she's my wife.
Exactly, but she's irrelevant here. Let's just say for purposes of discussion that Carla won't find out. You can have sex with someone and Carla won't know about it.
Will anyone else know about it, Professor?
Absolutely not. Wait, why is that important?
Well, I mean, say he picks, I don't know, Emily Blunt. I mean, he's gonna want to brag about that, right? I mean, he's gonna want to tell all his friends, yo, dude, I made it with Emily Blunt. You know, so, I mean, can everyone else know?
Well, fine, other people are aware. Dave can brag about his erotic adventure with Ms. Blunt.
Wait, so Carla won't find out even though everyone else knows about it? That seems pretty unlikely.
Very well, Dave is the only one who knows.
Emily Blunt doesn't know.
Emily Blunt does not know. She forgets about it completely after it's over. Only you know, and Carla, and no one else will find
Hold on, wait. So you're saying I have sex with Emily Blunt, and immediately afterwards she completely forgets about it? Really? That's how much it means to her? Or what, you think I'm just completely incompetent in bed?
Professor?
Yes, what is it?
We just had a couple of questions about this morning. We were kind of unhappy.
A little unhappy. You two? What's going on? Do I have some sort of an insurrection on my hands?
Excuse me, what kind of erection?
And like, what does it do in your hands?
Oh, never mind. Just come in. I was just saying to Mr. Hood that What was I saying to you again?
You were saying I'm such a poor lover. If I had sex with Emily Blunt.
Woohoo, Emily Blunt. Nice choice. She's got disco boots.
She can get it on in like 20 seconds.
Ouch. Shots fired.
And I was about to alleviate that difficulty by stipulating that for purposes of discussion, we will allow that you are a skilled and talented lover. You are prodigiously talented in bed. You are to the mattress as Vladimir Horowitz is to the piano, as Nadia Comaneci is to the balance beam. And yet, nevertheless, still the case that Emily Blunt will forget everything that you've done. And why? Because I'll wave a magic wand over her forehead to make her forget entirely and irrevocably the entire act.
Like Men in Black?
Like Men in Black. Yes, indeed.
Oh, I love that movie. Men in Black? No,
Wait a minute. Now you're involved? Okay, this is getting creepy. What, are you just waiting in the next room while we have sex, playing with your magic wand? Or do you show up afterwards?
I do it.
But more importantly, are you going to wand yourself or do you know?
Sure, I will magic wand myself. Then no one will know, not even me.
Oh, what about me? You're going to magic wand me? Maybe I can't keep a secret.
You want me to magic wand you?
Yes! No! And I want to know if you wand yourself.
I promise I will wand myself.
Oh, like I believe that bullshit.
Hey, but like, what is the point of him even going to bed with Emily Blunt if neither of them are even going to remember it?
Fine, let's say you're not married. Carla exists, but the two of you aren't married.
Okay, so it's an alternate reality with a different past?
Sure.
All right, well, what else is different about this reality, huh? Did Al Gore become president? Did Germany win World War II? Does Fox News actually report the news?
Your hypothesis is that you're engaging in an erotic dalliance with Emily Blunt would somehow make it the case that Germany won World War II?
Butterfly effect, man! Butterfly effect.
Wait, is that like Schrodinger's cat? No. The butterfly effect is like when a tree falls down in a forest and nobody sees it, does it still make a sound? Except it's the opposite of that. So if a butterfly flaps its wings in Indonesia, it still makes a sound, and it can cause a devastating hurricane that just takes out New York. Right? Don't goats.
Hold on. What's this have to do with the alpaca again?
Oh, it's a goat. It's a painting of a goat, not an alpaca.
Man, goat, alpaca, elephant, whatever, man. If the cat flaps its wings in New York and then nobody's around to hear it because of the hurricane and they can't even tell if the alpaca's dead or alive.
Right, because of Gödel's incompleteness theorem.
And the Nazis win World War II.
Now you've got it. Physics is some weird shit.
Hold on. Did somebody mention an elephant? You know, that does kind of look like an elephant.
Oh, yeah! Hey, I did see the Elephant Man.
Oh, I love that movie. The Elephant Man? No, while you were sleeping.
The whole cave painting thing kind of confuses me. I mean, why do we even call them cave paintings? They ain't paintings of caves, they're paintings of animals. We should be calling them animal paintings.
They are paintings that are found in caves.
Well, that's dumb. I mean, if I found a painting stored in a closet, I wouldn't call it a closet painting. If I had a box of cookies and the cookies were shaped like animals, I wouldn't call them box cookies, I'd call them animal cookies.
Actually, you would usually refer to them as animal crackers.
Well, I sure as hell ain't calling them fucking cave crackers.
Children, please. We are losing sight of the main point here. In the sorrows of young Werther, Goethe wrote...
Wait, who?
Goethe? Shut the fuck up! In the sorrows of young Werther, Marcel...
Hold on. I'm still concerned about this whole changed history thing. Not only am I not married to Carla, hurricanes in New York and all that bullshit, but the Nazis winning World War II? I mean, having sex with Emily Blunt, that would be great. But if it means that we're all speaking German and driving Volkswagens and naming our kids Fritz and drinking
and eating German chocolate cake and Bavarian cream pie.
And watering our gardens with lederhosen.
Okay, look. Look, let's just forget about all that. Our history in the actual world is not altered by what you do in the alternate world. We thereby stipulate that, all right? For one night, you get to step into a parallel universe and have sex with somebody there, and then you come back to this universe.
Well, I wouldn't do that. I am not an animal. I am a human being.
Oh, I do love that movie.
Okay, fine. Just let me get very clear on this. Who is in this parallel universe? Obviously, there's a parallel universe version of Emily Blunt that I get to have sex with, but is there a parallel universe version of Carla running around?
Yes.
Because I don't know parallel universe Carla, Professor. I feel bad.
No, there's no parallel universe Carla.
All right, so everyone that exists in the actual universe also exists in the parallel universe except for Carla. Well, how the fuck does that work? Oh, riddle me this. Are there parallel universe versions of Carla's fucking kids running around? Because explain to me how the fuck that makes any sense. I mean, if my daughter Melanie, who also happens to be my wife's daughter, amazingly fucking enough, exists in this parallel universe but my wife does not, then what? Is it some kind of miracle? Some kind of, violation of the laws of physics? Or are you saying that Carla did exist but now she's gone? Are you asking me if I would willingly step into a parallel universe in which the mother of my children is fucking dead? For one night with some skanky slut who may or may not be a parallel universe version of Emily fucking Blunt?
No Melanie, no Carla, no family. You have no family, no attachments, no connections at all. You can have sex with Emily Blunt and no one will feel bad, and you won't feel bad about it. You are alone in the universe, a cosmic orphan. You are entirely and irrevocably free.
I'm free?
Free. You are free. Free and entirely metaphysically unencumbered. Free to be
a goat.
I am free. I can be a goat.
Mr. Hood, are you prepared?
I am prepared.
Do you acknowledge that you are a goat?
I acknowledge that I am a goat.
Do you acknowledge that you want to have quote-unquote sex with Emily Blunt?
I want to have quote-unquote sex with Emily Blunt.
Louder!
I want to have quote-unquote sex with Emily Blunt. I want to have quote-unquote sex with Emily Blunt. Apocalypse now, while you were sleeping. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. The horror! The horror!
Toga! 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 Toga!
I am a goat. I am an alpaca. I am the lizard king. I can do
Much to my surprise, 100 stories high.
The goats are getting loose, to all you better get down on one toe.
Goats are screaming, out of control. It's so entertaining. When the vineyard started to explode, I heard somebody say, "It's gonna burn up, burn it down."
Big action.
I can't get enough.
Billy Goat's gruff.
It's gonna burn up.
That the love you can hear will go. It's a deafening sound. We become light on the ground, then soar to be one with the sky, where the souls all collide, turn to gold. We are rain. We are rain. We are stones to be free. In the meadows we are dreams to be free. It's where we bow our heads to pray. creates in the shade. It's where the light can come in, where your breath becomes the wind in the trees. We are free. We are free. All are welcoming. Yes, all are welcoming. All are welcoming. Yes, all are welcoming. All are welcoming. All are welcoming. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to observe our tableau out in the middle of the green field. We'll be up for 10 minutes, followed by 10 more minutes of intermission. Please continue to enjoy yourselves.
Thank you.